So, Jack Wilshere is the new Luton Town manager. In today's video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the appointment. Before I do, smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts down in the video comments. And if you are new to my channel, hit that sub button. I'm trying to hit 6k subs before the end of the year. I'll make Luton and EFL content. So, what are my thoughts on Jack Wilshere being the new Luton Town manager? It's a massive risk. And yes, I know every appointment is a massive risk. But on this particular appointment, it's a massive gamble. It's a gamble because Luton, we've suffered back-to-back relegations. It's a gamble because we haven't started this season as well as we wanted in this League One campaign as a club with parachute payments. So there is so much pressure to get this appointment correct. So yes, it is a massive gamble, and it's a little bit more to it than just being a risk. There's a lot more. We have decided as a football club to carry on appointing a young coach instead of going for someone maybe with a bit more experience, which I felt was probably the right thing to do. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us know what's going to happen. We don't know what the style of play is going to be. We don't know what's going to happen from now until the end of the season. So many unknowns, and that can bring some excitement. Now, Jack Wilshere, as a player, he was a very good player. If he never got the injuries, he would have gone on to have an even better career than he did. But he got the injuries, and you can't change that. He broke through at Arsenal at the age of 16. We all saw that performance against Barcelona at such a young age, how he controlled that game. We all saw him play for England plenty of times. We've all seen him win the FA Cup for Arsenal. So he has had plenty of success in his career, and he's had a much better playing career than pretty much everyone at our football club. And I know there is a few people saying about he's actually younger than some of our players at the football club. If those older senior players cannot respect a player that's had a much better football career than them, then that says more on the players than it actually does Jack Wilshere. And then those are the types of people we don't need at this football club. But I don't think that is the case. I feel they will respect him as a head coach, as a manager. So I don't think we will have that problem, is what I'm trying to say. I think Jack, from listening to the press conference, from listening to interviews, he comes across very intelligent, level-headed, understands what I think needs to be done. I don't think he comes across as someone that hasn't been told the truth. Whereas I thought Matt Bloomfield, when he arrived, I don't think he knew the full extent of what needed to happen. Whereas I think Jack Wilshere, he's coming in, he knows the football club is low on confidence. He knows the club's had back-to-back relegation. He knows that the start of this season hasn't been great, and he knows that he's probably going to be walking into a dressing room that's low on confidence. So the first thing he's got to do is change the confidence, change the atmosphere in the dressing room, and install a winning mentality back into the group of players so we can start celebrating wins on a weekend. Will the fans get behind Jack Wilshere? Of course they will. I think you have to give him some time. I don't think it's fair to expect him to have an instant response. That might not happen. It might take a while. What I don't think should happen is 8 games like it did with Matt Bloomfield. It needs to be a lot shorter than that. But we need to get behind Jack Wilshere. I can't see, if this doesn't go well, I cannot see the board sacking another manager, 2 managers within a year. That's not Luton. I don't see that happening. I honestly don't. So we need to get behind Wilshere. He's going to probably have, actually, I'm 99% certain he's going to have the rest of this season to really get going. And yeah, we need to get behind him. On Saturday at home against Mansfield, we need to get behind these group of players and cheer them on. There's going to be times when it's not going to go our way. We need to get behind them. They are going to make bad passes. They are going to have awful attempts at goal. But we need to get behind them. From watching Jack Wilshere, I've watched 2 YouTube videos of him being a coach for Arsenal. It's on YouTube if you guys want to watch it. They're like 2 1-hour episodes. And it's basically the FA Youth Cup run, which he was in charge of. And it was a team that had Walters in as well, and they got to the final. They got beat by West Ham. I think it was like 5 or 6-1 in the final, but it gave you behind the scenes of what Jack Wilshere was like, and he says he's massively improved since then, but you got to see what he was like as a coach and how he conducted himself towards the players, which was really professional, which was actually quite good. He was very level-headed, and that's what I think he will bring. I think the most important thing about this appointment is Chris Powell. From someone who has actually come across Chris Powell a few times in my line of work, it's actually really nice to see him be our assistant manager. He's someone that's coached, again, high-level players with England. He's also won League One as a manager and as a player. So he knows this league very well. But also, I think he will provide a very calm, composed head alongside Jack Wilshere. I think Jack Wilshere, he's going to be very... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but he's going to be... he might be a little bit too ambitious at times, where I think Chris Powell might just say, actually, hang on a minute, have you thought about this? And he'd bring a much more calmer, tone to certain situations, which will help Jack. So I think the most important thing about this appointment is having a experienced number 2. If Jack Wilshere appointed a young and hungry coach, then I would have been even more concerned about this appointment. But I think right now there's just so many unknowns, and that those unknowns can bring some excitement, and I can see fans getting excited, which is great. I'm holding judgment. I'll start getting excited when we start going on winning runs. I'll start getting excited when we've won 5 games in a row, when we've gone on unbeaten runs, because right now I think we're a little bit too far away from that. So once we get there, that's when I get excited. That's when I start thinking we can go and win promotion. But he's got a tough game on Saturday. Mansfield, I think for some people, they might be thinking, great start, at home in your first game, easy 3 points. It's not going to be like that. Clough, as a manager, he's very experienced. He gets his teams organised, and he's done a fantastic job with Mansfield since he's taken over that football club. So it's not going to be easy. It might be the wrong type of game for Jack Wilshere as his first game in charge, but he's going to have to find a way to deal with it, and he's going to have to try and find a way to produce, hopefully, a really good performance. We don't know what formation he's going to play. We don't know what the style of play is going to be. From what he was doing at Arsenal with the under-18s, they played a 4-3-3 formation. He can play that here, no problems at all. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens from now until the weekends and from the next couple of games for the next month on what's going to happen. There's going to be more coaches come into the football club as well. And the real good positive thing about having such a high-profile manager now is his contact book. He knows people. He knows very good coaches and he knows very good players. So I can imagine there's going to be some decent coaches coming to Luton, and I can imagine in future transfer windows there's going to be some good players coming to Luton. So Jack Wilshere, he knows a fair bit, and that contact book will come in handy. But because he is such a good name, if he is successful at Luton, he might leave quite soon. He won't stay as long as we would have liked. But who knows? Maybe loyalty does exist with some people. We'll soon find out, but we've got to be successful first. And if we are successful, happy days. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling towards this appointment. I'm happy that, he's got a good number 2. If there wasn't a good number 2 next to him, I would be concerned. And yes, Luton, we've decided to go against the more experienced, proven manager at this level. We decided not to go with Wellens at Leyton Orient. We'll soon find out if that was the correct decision or not. But look, there's plenty of unknowns right now. We'll soon find out what happens in the near future. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. It's not, I can't really give too much because I just don't know what to expect. There's not much we can actually go off. It does bring, Nathan Jones type of vibes on when we originally brought Nathan Jones to the football club. But if you compare that scenario to this scenario, Jack's walking into a much difficult situation. But I feel like he's got the group. He's got enough quality within this group of, within the squad to get results, to start, performing well. We've got players coming back from injury very soon. So he's going to have a lot more players available to him compared to what Matt Bloomfield did the last couple of weeks. So let's see what happens from now to the end of the season. Thank you for watching. Smash the like button on today's video. Let me know your thoughts on Jack Wilshere being the new Luton Town manager. Let me know if you think he's going to win the first game this Saturday against Mansfield. And if you are new to my channel, hit that sub button and I'll see you guys in the next video.